Without further ado, perhaps we should head to the helicopter.
Let us go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're ready to go. Okay.
Good.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Safe journey. Bye, everybody.
Nice to meet you. Carry on, Ed. A 2009 Household Food Security Survey concluded that there is a food security crisis in Manitoba's Aboriginal communities that needs immediate attention and dedicated resources. This survey provided that the first quantified data on food security and status in Northern Manitoba First Nations communities. Specific findings included a household relied on only a few kinds of low-cost food to feed the children because they were running out of money to buy food 62% of the time. 6 out of 10 households' meals did not always contain all of the food groups, and 6 out of 10 children were not able to eat enough food because the household couldn't afford enough to buy enough food. A lack of food and a lack of money to buy more food caused approximately 1/3 of the households to cut the size of the children's meals. 1/3 of the children skipped meals because there wasn't enough money for the food. 1 in 5 households contained children who had not eaten for a whole day because there wasn't enough food. 1 in 4 households have children who are going hungry because the household couldn't afford to buy more food.
Your role as United Nations Special Rapporteur on the Right to Food Mission in Canada carries a great responsibility and duty. We look forward to sharing our perspectives and thoughts on this very important First Nation concern. I know that there are a lot of items on the agenda, so I will close by once again stating it is a real pleasure for Sagkeeng First Nation to host this gathering. Welcome to Sagkeeng.
Food sovereignty should mean the right to healthy and culturally appropriate food. We know and understand that our food and our water all come from the earth. Our very existence depends on it. It is the relationship that we have with the land that ensures our survival.
This gentleman right here. Dr. OliVier de Schutter.
Hello.
Chief
Welcome. It's an honor to have you here, sir.
Pleasure and honor of mine. Thank you very much. I see. Okay.
Yes. And it's
So
automatically.
if I want to buy, it's this price, and I understand that if I were not subsidized, I would be paying this price, right?
Yes.
But anybody who enters the store may have access at this price. It's not that
Yes.
you
It's
have to be
automatic.
on social
No,
benefits or
it's
so on.
automatic at the till.
Okay.
one almost in every reserve.
They only cost $2, $3.
Now they're going at the manager. Bring up the prices again.
So we visited, there were a series of goods that were NNC goods, i.e. subsidized in principle, and others that were not. For example, a pair of boots for kids were $47.99, which obviously is completely beyond what would be paid in a city. But did the community have a choice as to which of the items were subsidized, and were they consulted in defining the range of commodities that should be more affordable? And the third question is there some complaints mechanism available if you find that, for example, the prices of milk or vegetables or flour are excessive? Is there any way in which you can challenge the way the program functions? These would be my three questions, and you may wish to answer, otherwise someone else from the community.
In our ongoing negotiations with the Northwest Company with our new lease agreement, one of the things that we want our community to benefit in terms of pricing, and that's why we've strongly advocated to have a consumer price index, which are being applied for the Northwest Company, but at the same time it's challenging that they don't provide the necessary information, and it seems like it's always unilateral for them. We don't have no involvement, just like that Nutrition North program. We were not even consulted. First Nations were not even consulted when the federal government decided to unilaterally give it to the Northwest Company. And it's been an ongoing challenge for our community. And I think that's one of our people tend to be more resilient in terms of, some of them know how to budget. But at the same time, our people utilize their traditional foods too also.
But if you get a $1,000 check, and if you're going to go cash it, they deduct $27 off right off the bat. And when you put it into their savings card, does anybody have a
This is the card that the Northwest Company provides to every First Nation person in and off remote communities. And every time you use this card, it's automatic $3. If you put money in, it's the same amount, $3 to put money into this machine and $3 to take it out. And $1 per transaction. If you want to check the balance, it's $1. So it's a never-ending thing. As you compare the prices today on the boots, due to the geographical situations that we have to live in, rubber boots like that, that's a necessity that is required by a child. And sometimes the family, the mother, because the child needs the boots, they would buy that and then exclude some of the nutritional items that we have to face with. So those things that we have to be raised, we continue to raise these concerns.
Present to you is that's one of the contributors to the cost of food here.
Of course.
We have to transport,
Of course.
and we have to do that within a window of maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and that's the the amount of time the winter road stays open before it's gone again. So we have to
How many
try
months? How many months per year is the road then open?
No, just 3 weeks. you just
2 to
said.
3
2
weeks.
to 3 weeks.
And
2 to 3 weeks.
And we have to transport all of our essential supplies,
Okay.
including food, materials, gas,
Right, fuel.
within that window.
Okay.
Sometimes it's not possible. Historically, weather has
But the rest.
gone, milder and milder each year progressively,
climate change.
and that affects our winter road system. And it
And so
affects the delivery.
the rest is then transported by air, by you have
At a higher
by,
cost, yes.
by you or by the Northwest company which has a northern.
By us, yes.
By
From
you.
from our band-based capital.
Okay.
And that, of course, again, with the limited resources we have, we can't afford to fly in the essential goods that we need for the year, because we have to bring the supplies in within that 3-week period to last us for the rest of the year until
But so
we can
for
start
the-
that process again of building roads.
For the food that you cannot bring in and that is perishable and cannot be kept for long periods, you count on the retailer store.
Yes,
That's
flown in
there's a
by
northern
North.
store
Yes.
here.
Yep.
And it is one that provides a range of commodities that are subsidized under Nutrition North Canada.
We just got that started last year, actually. Yeah.
How is that working?
Well, there's still some issues with the subsidy and the products that are being subsidized by the government.
You were
Trying to pass on the savings to the end user, which is the community members, and the amount of money that you get from social assistance.
Yeah,
That dollar doesn't add up too much.
of course.
Making the opening remarks, and then we'll have an older.
J'ai un